LeBron James pulled off some late-game heroics in the Lakers' 121-19 win over the Pacers to end LA's losing streak. With LA down 1, LeBron tipped in Luka's missed shot just as time expired. It was the Kings' 8th winning buzzer beater, tying him with Kobe Bryant and Joe Johnson for the second most in NBA history, trailing only Michael Jordan. Here's the King on that clutch moment.
To be honest, I didn't know how I felt because I was just trying to see if I was trying to look at the jumbotron to see if I got it off. But this team has been playing extremely well in the Pacers, man, and we haven't been the last few games. So it was great to come into a hostile environment and get a win in that fashion.
Gang, got the whole team here. Brian Windhorst and Kendrick Perkins. Great to see you guys, along with Stephen A. All right, Perk, starting with you. Do you believe that the Lakers can get back to playing that dominant ball they were before LeBron's injury?
Molly, who said they was playing dominant ball before the injury? They were winning games.
Well,
hold on. No. They were winning games, but they wasn't dominating. They were just winning games, which is cool. They was playing some good basketball. The only team in the Western Conference that's been dominating is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's get that out the way. But do I think the Lakers have a chance to go to the Western Conference Finals? Absolutely, because outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder, everybody else in the Western Conference has been too inconsistent and looking funny in the light. And when I look at the Los Angeles Lakers, and even last night, they didn't get back to the Lakers defense that we had witnessed at the beginning of the year. The Indiana Pacers still shot, I believe, 51% from the field, 41% from three. But I think when you look at the Lakers, yes, Luka and LeBron are the two best players. I understand that. Austin Reeves is the most important player on the Los Angeles Lakers. When Austin Reeves scored 20 points or more this season, the Lakers are 23-6. When they trust Austin Reeves, not only to be a guy that could, create for themselves, but also be a playmaker, and he's playing outstanding basketball, the Lakers are a completely different team offensively. So, yes, do I think they could continue to win games in the postseason? Do I think they could make a run and get to the Western Conference Finals? Absolutely.
Wendy? Oh, Wendy, I was dealing with some technical difficulties.
Okay.
I say, why don't you pick it up?
Well, listen, when I think about the Lakers, and I think they could get back to the dominance. And I don't mean dominance, Big Perk, in terms of over like you talking about. I understand. I totally agree with you. OKC is the one that stood out. But here's what I think you're minimizing. We're doing NBA Countdown together. I remember you raving about how J.J. Redick was coaching his butt off and how it's elevated their level of defensive prowess. And so the question is, do you think they can get back to that? If my answer is yes, then the only impediment to their success that I see is OKC. I think that they could be dominant enough to get to a Western Conference Finals berth against OKC, assuming they don't meet OKC beforehand. There are some people who think they could beat OKC. I ain't one of them. I'm going to go with OKC. But my mentality is that with LeBron and with Luka, I believe their prowess, along with Austin Reeves, who I think at times, Molly and Perk, have resembled the best third option in the NBA. I didn't say the whole season, but at times he has looked like the best third option in the NBA. His game has really, really improved. I love his aggression. The team has faith in him. He can make outside shots. He can finish at the basket. He can draw fouls. The brother's gifted, and he's only getting better. And I think that that's somebody that you hold on to for years to come, considering the way those three are, what they're capable, rather, of doing. If you can get your defense back in tow, which I believe J.J. Redick and his staff will be able to do, then I think that the Lakers could get back to being a top 2 team in the conference. And I mean that figuratively, meaning that even if you don't get up there high enough for the seed, my only objection would be avoiding OKC until the conference finals. If you face OKC before the conference finals, you will go home. If not, I believe if the Lakers defense get back to what we knew them to be before, over that 7 to 8 week period, I think the Lakers going to the conference finals.
Well, it's going to be hard for them to get back to that point because remember, before Luka made his debut, the Lakers since January the 15th was one of the best defensive teams in the league. Since then, since Luka has put on the Laker uniform and stepped foot on the floor, they have fallen to the middle of the pack. And look, I said this yesterday, Stephen A. Molly, I said this yesterday on NBA Countdown. Luka leads the entire league since his debut with the Lakers of blow-bys. We saw 3 examples last night against the Pacers, late in the fourth quarter. Me and Richard Jefferson was watching the game, and we was like, look at this. Look at this. At some point, he's going to have to sit down and slide those puppies and do it on both sides of the floor. I played with 15 Hall of Famers. And all of those Hall of Famers that I played with took pride of playing both sides of the floor. That don't mean you have to be the most athletic. Paul Pierce wasn't the most athletic defender, but Paul Pierce took pride in defending. When you go back and you watch some of those playoff games late in the fourth quarter, Paul Pierce was guarding a LeBron James. Paul Pierce was guarding a Kobe Bryant. Paul Pierce was guarding a Ron Artest, a Rip Hamilton, a Chauncey Billups, a Joe Johnson. What I'm saying is your best player, because although I believe LeBron James is still the best player, he's 40 years old, and he has handed over the keys to Luka. Your best player cannot be your worst defender.
That's fair. Maybe you need to stop telling him to slide those puppies. Maybe you need to come up with a better terminology so he can comprehend where you're coming from. I mean, because sliding those puppies, everybody ain't going to comprehend that. But in the end, I will tell you
Well, that's
this.
his fault.
The Lakers, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. You're a communicator. Make sure he understands. Make sure he comprehends. The point is, when you're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers, they were a number 2 seed for a reason. Whatever they did to be the number 2 seed, the question is whether or not they can get back to that. And I believe with LeBron James healthy and Luka Doncic healthy, and Austin Reeves improving his game, even with the liability that could potentially be Luka defensively, I still believe that the Lakers overall, if they improve defensively, get back to some semblance of what they were. I think they can get to the conference final.
I agree with you, Stephen A. I just have a problem with the word dominant. That's it.
Got it.
Okay, it's a trigger word for you. We get it. All right, right now they're in the 4 spot, guys, playing the Bulls next. Let's talk a little. Everyone gets triggered sometimes. It happens. I got Adam Schefter next to me. We got some football to talk. Cam Hayward recently made headlines about recruiting Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers, saying either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. With this team still without a LeBron James pulled off some late-game heroics in the Lakers' 121-19 win over the Pacers to end LA's losing streak. With LA down 1, LeBron tipped in Luka's missed shot just as time expired. It was the Kings' 8th winning buzzer beater, tying him with Kobe Bryant and Joe Johnson for the second most in NBA history, trailing only Michael Jordan. Here's the King on that clutch moment.
To be honest, I didn't know how I felt because I was just trying to see if I was trying to look at the jumbo trying to see if I got it off. But this team has been playing extremely well in the Pacers, man, and we haven't been the last few games, so it was great to come into a hostile environment and get a win in that fashion.
Gang, got the whole team here. Brian Windhorst and Kendrick Perkins. Great to see you guys, along with Stephen A. All right, Perk, starting with you. Do you believe that the Lakers can get back to playing that dominant ball they were before LeBron's injury?
Molly, who said they was playing dominant ball before the injury? They were winning games.
Well,
hold on. No. They were winning games, but they wasn't dominating. They were just winning games, which is cool. They was playing some good basketball. The only team in the Western Conference that's been